Hi, subscribers. Hope you're doing well. And this is a surprising event, a live event I wanted to share with you. And in fact, I will tell you that this has been asked to be. I mean, like this is one of the questions that's been asked in our recent. I mean, like, in the WhatsApp channel we have, where people are asking, what is the future of performance testing, and what will happen next? How can I make myself future error foolproof? Right? Anyone will have that question by any chance. And yeah, everyone, like whoever in the field, they wanted to understand what is my next step, what is my future career is. And in fact, just to tell you an interesting story, and this is about the famous music director A.R. Rahman, and every one of us might know that. So at some point of time, even the music director A.R. Rahman, so he was actually taking driving classes. So he thought maybe at some point of time, what if music did not help him, or like what if music did went away, and he wanted some thing to keep himself future proof, and that's why he chose driving. And in fact, this is very common. This is one of the information which I have studied in a book. Just very interesting. So anyone will have that a question with him. Anyone would want to really know that am I safe, or the future, the career, um, or my uh, the way which I'm working, is it okay? Is it fine? Am I in the right path, or what should I have to learn so that I can flourish in my career? Everyone will have that, right? So some of us like will choose to move from performance testing to performance test lead, project lead, delivery manager, and most of some of other people would really move themselves from performance testing to a different career, different platform. So altogether it happens. So again, this video and this live is all from question that's been asked to me, stating what is the future of performance testing. So we'll see that. And before even we see about the future of performance testing, I will take you through a nostalgic thing. I mean, like for those who are working like for the last 10 years, they must know, they will know how was performance testing back then, and how did we get to where we are today. Yes, so I remember all the applications that I was testing, are most of us, like the people who are testing like 10 years ago, back in 2015 or like 2010, most of the applications were monolith. Most of you would not have even heard about monoliths, and for those I'm telling, so monoliths means everything run in one big system. Yes, you don't believe it, but yeah, that was how the system were designed previously. So everything will be running in one big system, and we have to do the testing for that. And teams often waited until, I mean, the performance testing, that we have to wait until the end of the project to start doing our performance. And yes, I mean, you won't believe, in most of the teams, I don't think, even if it is the case now, in most of the teams, performance testing is an optional way of doing the testing. Yes, so if you have time, or if you have budget, then they will allocate, or they will give the application, or they will tell, or they will even ask a person to do a performance testing. That was the story 10 years back. So again, it was not the way of agile. So we do not have the scrum, whatever the latest techniques that we have now. So we have to wait. So the development has to happen, and then the functional testing has to be completed, and after that, only then we, as a performance testers, we used to get the application for testing, and only then we can even see what has been changed. We were not even been involved in um, the requirement. So now we talk about shift left, shift right? But previously it was not the case. So that was like 10 years back, like 15 years back. And we use very heavy tools like the load runner. So load runner was previously with Mercury, and then it went to HP, and then we were using JMeter. So I don't think JMeter is like a heavy tool, but yeah, that was the only option, the second option we had. And then we were using Silk Performer, and then we were using Soap UI, Load UI, IBM Rational Performance Tester was there. Uh, so these are the tools, like I would say, they're like heavy tools. I mean, which we are using. So we have to wait until the test gets completed for getting the results. So currently, at present, we have several options where we can monitor the current performance, the current response times and everything. But previously, we do not have that option as well. And then when it comes to the test, so we have to run in a local machine, or we'll have some dedicated on-prem servers. Yes, so there is not even cloud. There was not even the concept of cloud at that time. So we have to use our local machine, that is our personal machine. Now it was, after COVID, it was like everyone has a laptop, but previously it was a desktop machine which is sitting in your office, OTC. So we have to use that, we have to use it. And just imagine what could be the configurations by that time. Like having an 8 gig in a team is like a big sophistication, because I never knew people who have their machine with the 8 gig memory. uh, I think most of the time the developers will have it, I believe. But for testers, mainly for performance testers or functional testers, you won't even get that high level of configuration. But yeah, but according to the client requirement, yes, some of them would have. But yeah, but still, we would be running our tests in the local machine or in the on-prem servers connected as a load generators, and there was no even cloud, like I said. And how will we share the results? So we do not have Jira or Confluence or any other um, collaborative way of doing it. So what did we do is we have to share the result as either PDF reports or charts, or we have to send them through an email where we have to attach a Word document, we have to attach an Excel file, and then we have to send it even before before the results. I mean, before the application is ready for deployment. So that's how the results were even shared. And performance testing, like I was telling you, it was just a one-time event before release. So you don't even do several iterations of it. So you have to create a script, do all the parameterizations, do all the correlations, run your script. That's it. Whatever the results comes, no changes. There was not even an idea of optimization or tuning that has to happen for those transactions which were not really good. So that was the situation previously. So it was like I will tell you again, it was like a kind of a one-time event before we do the release. And then people, I mean the developers and testers, they work in silos. Yes, so we have to work separately. So performance testing is not part of our, the developers were not even aware of the performance testing. They do not even understand, not now but previously. uh, there was like a lot of ignorance in terms of performance testing, because all they think is like, okay, performance test is someone else's job. And most of the developers think that performance testing is functional testing. So they think that, okay, when I tell, or maybe most of you would have this experience. So when someone says that, tells that I'm a performance tester or I'm from performance testing team, they might think that what's the difference between a functional testing team and a performance testing team. So that is the level of ignorance that was there. But then I will say that back then, performance testing felt like a very big event, because you have to prepare scripts, you have to run the test over the weekend, and you have to wait hours for reports. And if something is broke, it was already too late, because you were there setting up your machine for the production deployment, right? Because now we have the cloud, and any DevOps or any deployment can be done in just a click. But previously, you have to you have to make your machine ready at least for 1 or 2 days. You have to keep your app servers, your web servers. And there was not I'm not diverting again away from here, but there was not even tools like Ansible or any other tools for automation. So it was too difficult. If there is like no comeback, there's like no reverting back time when you are doing your testing. So that's how the performance testing was there. So, and then when did it changed? So it was changed. The shift, I will say, the shift began when more and more teams started to move to agile and DevOps, which is the process of releasing the code faster. And then many cloud services came in. We should really thank AWS, who is the forerunner of the cloud. And at that time, I remember at around like 2013 or 2014, I could see a lot of people. I mean, like everyone in my team have started to do some certifications on AWS, and they say, I'm AWS certified and I'm AWS certified. I was wondering what is this AWS certification? I was not even aware of what is AWS certification at that point of time. People used to say, I'm an AWS certified guy and I can get a good opportunity. But yes, people who completed AWS at that time were really in a good position by now, and yeah, even Azure as well. So what I was trying to say is the shift began in between like 2014, 15, and again it was like in a full pace in the years of like 2016 to 2019, where the microservices became popular. So when I say microservices, what we all know that, right? So breaking one big monolith application into smaller and flexible parts so they can like plug in and play, they can fit it anywhere they want. So they become smaller, they become more functional, and they become more flexible. And a lot of new tools have come in, like new tools have come into the market, like Gatling, the Locust, and later even K6, my favorite tool, I will say. All these three, for to be honest. So like Gatling, Locust, and K6 were like my favorite tools. And the reason behind using these tools are like they were lighter and they were faster and they were easier to script. So this complements your agile and DevOps strategy because you have to release your code faster. And these tools, again, like creating scripts or like building and running it, is very easy when it comes to Gatling, Locust, and K6.